So, congratulations. You're signed the supplier contract with Kroger. What does that mean? Well, that means that Kroger is going to ask you to start handling EDI. So, one of the first things that they're going to do is they're going to guide you to their website. On their website, what you're going to see is it might be a little confusing. Understand that when they say Kroger, it's actually a group. It's a group of companies that are all together. So think of them as different divisions. The one that we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be talking about Kroger, Peyton's, the Fred Meyer Food Group. So with those, and you're dealing with that entity, you're going to have to start doing some planning because they're going to want you to do EDI. They're going to look forward to exchanging documents in an automated solution so that they're not having to do things manually. Manual means a lot more work. Manual means a lot more cost. So you have to start planning, do your project planning, look at what your implementation is going to look like, figure out your testing, some training, maybe some support. Hey, you have to look and see what type of communications are they going to be wanting you to do. Is it going to be AS2, FTP, all those different things. You're going to want to make sure, of course, there's complete end-to-end testing. So making sure it goes into your system, out of your system, fully integrated, makes your life a lot easier. Make sure that everybody signs off on it, from your team to their team and everybody else. As we look into the different documents that you're going to be dealing with, of course, they're going to want you to do AS2. AS2 is a direct communication in which documents are going to be sent from the Kroger system to your system, or vice versa, from your system to their system. It's not going to be a FTP or anything of that nature. It's going to be an AS2, which is a direct communication. Along with that is they're going to be asking you to handle purchase orders, which is either going to be an 850 or an 875. Typically, it depends on your system. Some systems can only do 850s. Some grocery systems can only do 875s. Which one do you have implemented for your EDI solution? If you have to choose, my recommendation is go with the 850. The 850 is one that you're going to be seeing no matter if you're in the grocery industry or not in the grocery industry. Grocery industry is 875s. It's specific to grocery industry. 850 is more of a generic across the board for EDI and CX12. So they're going to send you a purchase order. In turn, your system is going to turn around and send them a 997. So anytime that there's a document that is exchanged, a 997 should be sent from that system that received that document. So a 997 is a functional acknowledgement. That's basically just saying you received that purchase order. We're acknowledging that. So we're sending that to them via AS2. After we've gone through and we've reviewed everything on that purchase order and we say, hey, everything looks good, we're ready to ship. So we're going to send them an advanced ship notice. That advanced ship notice is going to detail what product we're sending to them, how we're sending it to them, who it's coming from, who it's going to, what's the quantity, how many cartons, all of the pertinent information that's dealing with that shipment, whether it be going through UPS, FedEx, carrier, whatever it may be. Along with that, you might get back an 824, which is an application advice. 824 is going to tell you if there's an error or an issue or anything of that nature. It's literally providing you an advice as to the 856 that came in from your system. Along with that, you'll have an invoice. It's time to get paid. So now you want to ask them for payment, so you're going to send them either an 810 or an 880. Now again, the 810 is used in more of a generic across the board. 880 is specific to a grocery industry. I've seen, again, grocery industries that have, or companies that have used both. I've seen companies that stuck with the 810. If you ask me which one should you do, I'm going to suggest going with the 810 because it's more widely accepted, no matter if you're dealing with a Kroger or whoever you're dealing with. In turn, they're going to send you back an 812, which is a credit/debit adjustment. So you've sent them that invoice, and now they're going to say to you, hey, listen, your pricing wasn't right on the invoice that you're asking for. Something wasn't correct, and we need to ask you to adjust the amount based on some crediting or debiting or whatever it may be. Maybe you forgot to charge them free. Half the time they're not going to tell you if you've got the charging free, but maybe they'll be lucky and they'll send you back an 812 and say, hey, you need to increase the invoice amount. In turn, once that's all corrected, they're then going to turn around and send you what's called an 820 or a remittance advice. A remittance advice is literally telling you ahead of time what they're paying on. So it may give you a breakdown of a whole group of invoices and payments and the dates of which those payments were sent. That's going to be your 820. So that's letting you know, hey, there's payment on its way. So you're going to want to look for that document. As far as anything else in the system when you're dealing with Kroger, if you have questions, reach out. Jim Gonzalez, EDI Support, we're here to help you.